Hello guys, this is Mona and welcome to Butterfliez Home and Garden. Coming on today to share with you an update of the garden. On my last video, I told you that the next time I came on to do another garden tour, it would be a huge difference. So let's start over here at the 3-tier. Went on ahead and just pulled everything out of this 3-tier. And this is where the dwarf tomato is at. Really don't like that tomato. Had a very, very weak tomato taste. So that's for a person that doesn't like a strong tomato taste. That's a perfect tomato plant for them. You know, we had already gotten these 2 beds cleared out from pulling all the melons out. And over here, I took the zucchini that were in here out. My green zucchini, it just really did not do well at all. So I'm not sure if it's the soil, or I'm pretty sure once I start digging in there, I'll probably find a lot of grubs. But it just did not thrive at all. And this corn I planted late in the season, later than I should have, but I'm gonna let it ride out and see what happens. I do see some ears trying to come on there, so we'll have to wait and see. This cucumber is doing well. This is one of the ones that I had did the video on that I got from Lowe's, and it literally had just a few leaves on it. So it's really, really doing well, and even starting to produce some cucumbers on there. Because I think if I saw a few, yep, right here. Where my finger is at. So yeah, it's starting to put on some fruit. I decided to leave the eggplant up and just kind of ride it out. It still has a lot of blooms on it. What is that bug? I have never seen. All right guys, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Where are you? What is that? Okay guys, I need your help with that. I don't know if I got a clear shot of it. I have never seen anything, a bug like that. So, as you're watching this video, if you know what that is, please tell me if it's a good bug or a bad bug. It'd be much, much appreciated. Anyways, leaving the eggplant up, I did harvest a lot from there. So just want to leave it up, see what happens. Over here, rhubarb is still really doing well. I'm not harvesting that yet. I will pretty soon. Make some strawberry rhubarb pie. Over here, this tomato is an indigo rose, and it's still doing really, really well. And the one behind it, my label rubbed off on all of these in these containers up here. So I have no idea what the tomatoes are in those. Down here is the, I want to say Lemon Boy, and another yellow tomato is planted in there. Around here, the sweet potatoes are doing really, really, really good. I mean, just really good. So they're not quite ready to be harvested. The Brussels sprouts right here they took a beating with that Japanese beetle. Oh my goodness. And I can see right now, I can see some aphids on there. I'm gonna spray those off. But it's doing good. Some of them on the bottom are ready to harvest. I don't know if I can get in there really good, but yeah, it's doing good. This right here is patty pan squash, and this little bug, this is the other one. Oh, I hope it doesn't fly away. Right there. If anybody can tell me what that baby is. All right, come into focus. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. If you could tell me what that is also. I think, what do I think it is? The cucumber beetle? Not sure. So if anybody can tell me what that is, that would be great. But this patty pan squash, I've already harvested a handful off of here, And there are so many blooms on here. Just really taken off really well. So, but yeah, there's a whole lot of them. You kind of look down in there and you find them. So it's doing well. I think here on the other side there was actually, yeah, there was a few down there that were really starting to grow. And then a lot more over on the other side. This right here, the cucumber, that's doing well. We've harvested a handful of cucumbers off of that as well. And the pink lemonade blueberry, it's doing well. My basil, I have no idea. It did not produce. It started out very strong, very well, and then it just fizzled out. But I did get a good harvest off of that and made some pesto and froze it. This Marachi pepper, it took off slow. Took off really slow. But now, I mean, it's just loaded down with the fruit. And as well as this, I think this is the sweet heat. So it's doing well also. Let's go down to the yard. And I can show you what's going on over here. Got a lot of things pulled to get ready to put in everything in the fall garden. As you can see, we got all of the tomato plants that were there and the tomatoes and the pepper plants that were here and over here. Got all of those pulled, and we are actually in the middle of all of this stuff came out of the sheds. So we're actually in the middle of, you know, organizing them, but we had, the sheds were leaking, so had to pull everything out and throw away a lot of stuff that was damaged by the water, and just going to get everything organized and get it put back in. But as you can see right here, I got the peppers and the collard greens were right here in this bed. These over here are some pole beans. Got a couple more pepper plants that are still in there that are still producing some fruit, so I was going to let them hang in there for a little while longer. These right here are some pole beans, and I'm actually just letting them ride out, so and letting them go to seed so I can collect the seeds, as well as that bush bean over there, letting it ride out to be able to collect the seeds. So that's it for right now, guys. Still got some things to go, and I will come back on and show you the harvest off of pulling everything out, and what I'm going to do with all of that, because I've pretty much got what I wanted for my family, harvested throughout the season for my family and put away. So what was harvested out of this, I'm just going to make some garden goodie bags and take them over to some friends and family, and that way it's out of my kitchen and out of my refrigerators. So I'll come back on and show you what the harvest was. But I also, while making this video, I was recently faced with something that was not shocking, but just a little disheartening. And I wanted to kind of just throw out the question to you guys and see how you handled it. Recently, I've been approached with people saying in a very negative tone and nature, why are you growing all of this food in this garden and it's just you and your husband? And the short and quick answer of that for me is, we want to become more self-reliant, and I'm going to feed my family with this food. So it made me start thinking, I wonder if other gardeners and homesteaders have ever been faced with that, with someone questioning why you are growing all of the food that you're growing. And again, it wasn't in a way of just curiosity, it was just a negative tone to it. So leave some comments down in the comments, and you know, I'm just really curious to see, were you guys faced with this when you first started your gardens, or even now? Have you been faced with someone, as I call them, a negative Nelly, you know, approaching you with that type of question? I don't know if it's a question or a comment, to tell you the truth. But anyways, leave it down in the comments. I'm really, you know, curious to see on how you guys handled it, and you know, if you were ever faced with that type of situation. So guys, I will be back in a moment to show you the harvest. See you in a moment. Okay guys, I am back to show you the final harvest. Give or take a few things. I did already get some garden goodie bags together and to some friends, but these, I have a few pepper plants still out there. The peppers are still growing in, are really small, so I just want them to get a little bigger before I harvest them. So, and here are all the sweet peppers. We got some bell peppers, Spanish mammoth right there, some banana peppers. This right here is all hot peppers. Mainly in here is the habaneros, and there's some long red cayennes in there. These back here are the green tomatoes, some of them, and I found a few recipes on YouTube for a pickled green tomato, so I'm going to try my hand at that and see how it works. Back here is some more green tomatoes and just some different varieties of the red tomatoes, some Romas, some Brandywine, some San Marzanos, Brad's Atomic. Down here is all hot peppers as well. We got, this one is a Mexiball hot pepper, and this one is a cherry hot pepper. And we got some serranos, some Anaheims, some jalapenos, some more red tomatoes here, some cherry tomatoes here, and over here I didn't pull the eggplants out of the garden yet, because they still have some small buds on there and flowers and still growing. So but this is a little basket full of eggplants. So this is the harvest, guys. And you know, hopefully after, I'll probably say by the end of next week, I will probably start getting in the ground the fall garden crops. You know, once I get out there and, you know, get that straw up and turn the soil over and dig for grubs and all of that good stuff, and get some good organic fertilizers down in there, and get the fall crops out there so they can get to moving, to growing, so that we can get to eating them. So this is it. Also, like I said earlier in the video, I'm really interested in seeing if you guys were ever faced with just negativity from people, and why you are growing all of this food. And especially in my situation, it was posed, you know, because it's just me and Benjamin. Well, like I told you earlier in the video, my answer is short and sweet: to be more self-sustaining and to feed my family. So definitely leave down in the comments if you were faced with that at any time during your gardening, that you were faced with a situation like that, and if so, how did you handle it? So as always, guys, be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.